My 600-Pound Life is an American reality television series centered on documenting the weight loss journeys of numerous morbidly obese patients, following them as they prepare and undergo bariatric surgery under the supervision of the host, Dr. Yana Nozaradin, magnanimously known as Dr. Now. Originally intended as a 4-part documentary miniseries that aired on the TLC network in 2012, My 600-Pound Life's popular reception with the viewing audience eventually led to the filming of additional episodes that flourished into the popular show so many have come to love. Currently in its 11th season, My 600-Pound Life has invited countless patients onto the show, documenting Dr. Now's mission to end the obesity epidemic raging in the U.S. Over the course of the show's decade-long progress on air, many patients have entered Dr. Now's office, some sharing their success stories with the cameras, while others failed to show positive results. As many might know, Dr. Now has crossed paths with many difficult patients, and despite his efforts, has sometimes failed to motivate them to achieve a healthier lifestyle. Among the many patients who Dr. Now tried to help over the years, viewers might remember Mercedes Cephas, whose journey on the show was both a morbid and sad account, and who unfortunately was unable to achieve success. Because of her failure to qualify for bariatric surgery, Mercedes didn't earn a place in the series' spin-off show, My 600-Pound Life, Where Are They Now?, which takes a look at patients who previously appeared in the original series and which checks in on how they've been doing since. As such, many fans and viewers have been wondering what happened to Mercedes, questioning whether or not she might have shown improvement on her own, and if she might be doing rather better than before. For those hoping to catch up on how Mercedes is doing, we took the liberty of checking up on the Cincinnati native to provide fans and viewers of My 600-Pound Life a much-needed update on her journey. As we dive into this update on Mercedes' well-being, we will take a look at the general premise of My 600-Pound Life and discuss some of the show's darker secrets that neither Dr. Now nor the producers would want viewers to learn about. We will also relive Mercedes' journey on the show, discussing her sad history and reasons why she became morbidly obese, as well as dive into her unsuccessful progress under Dr. Now's supervision, before finally looking in on her and how she's been doing since appearing in the show. With nearly half the adult population of the U.S. suffering from some level of obesity, ranging from moderate to morbid, it's clear that the country is facing a widespread epidemic, and one certainly threatening the health of the people. Considering this, Dr. Now made it his duty to spread awareness about the epidemic by reaching out and providing assistance to the most extreme cases, assisted by the TV series. On his journey to at least reduce the obesity epidemic and spread awareness by documenting his patients' journey to improvement, Dr. Now invites morbidly obese patients onto My 600-Pound Life. If they accept his assistance, Dr. Now then places the patients on a strict, personalized diet and exercise routine. Following this, once they've shown positive results, Dr. Now then recommends bariatric surgery to further enhance and maintain their weight loss and improve their overall health. Since the majority of Dr. Now's patients who feature in the show weigh 600 pounds or more, Dr. Now requires them to lose anything between 50 to 100 pounds before qualifying for any of the surgery choice on offer, which includes gastric bypass or sleeve gastrectomy. However, while the show's premise seems all friendly and inviting, often sharing the most heartbreaking stories about the lives of some of the patients who appear in it, not everything is quite as rosy as it seems in front of the camera. In truth, there are details about the series that never make it onto the screen, often the kind of scandalous material that camera lenses shy away from showing the viewers. As many might know, Dr. Now isn't quite the pure, heroic crusader he's often portrayed to be in My 600-Pound Life. And while what he does is still beneficial to most of those who feature in the show, there is a dark side to his practice. He's often known to operate on at-risk patients, who might face severe complications during and after surgery, although admittedly usually as a last resort. To clarify this, most patients who qualify for bariatric surgery are required to weigh 450 pounds or less, about 200 kilograms, and since most of the patients on the show weigh more than that, even after showing positive weight loss during their preparatory journey, they still weigh more, leaving them at risk of complications and a difficult recovery. In fact, numerous patients who appeared on the show, including Candy Dreyer, whose heart stopped during surgery, and another patient, Lupe Simano, who suffered complications with her hips which caused difficulties in her further weight loss. Quite often these complications exist because of Dr. Now's willingness to operate on untreatable patients, and the show hid the fact that he previously faced malpractice lawsuits. Sadly, these are not the only truths that the camera hides from viewers, and there seem to be hints that some parts of the show are scripted. Aside from not showing viewers the full transformation of successful patients, the producers seem to be deliberately hiding certain details. One of the hidden details is the salary earned by some of the stars who appear in the show, of whom some have claimed that they received payment for making the move to Houston, Texas, where the series is filmed. Other participants have even claimed that they might get paid more if they opt in on filming the controversial famous shower scenes synonymous with My 600-Pound Life. However, one of the show's stars, Nicole Lewis, claimed that the producers didn't extend to her a choice, stating during a tell-all interview that it left her feeling embarrassed, especially because she couldn't fit into a regular standard-sized shower and had to be hosed down by her husband in their backyard. Dottie Perkins, who was featured in the show's 4th season, filed a lawsuit against the production company Megalomedia, claiming that the majority of her story was fabricated. According to Dottie, some of the scenes were staged and suggestive that she didn't keep up with the prescribed diet, making it seem as if she was gaining weight, when in reality she showed positive results. Perkins also stated in court that the producers forced her to eat excessive amounts of unhealthy food, which would lead to conflict with Dr. Now. While the show might seem to be attempting to do good work, it seems clear that the producers behind My 600-Pound Life are only interested in building viewer ratings, seemingly even willing to go to extreme lengths to create drama. Naturally, the truth behind the countless lawsuits filed against Megalomedia was never publicized, and the producers remain quiet about the truth. Mercedes Cephas is a patient and star who appeared in My 600-Pound Life's 7th season in 2019, but unlike many other patients, didn't have quite as successful a journey, and by the end of her featured episode, didn't qualify for bariatric surgery. Like many others from the series, Mercedes had a really heartbreaking story that she shared with My 600-Pound Life's viewers. As would become evident, the 39-year-old mother of 2 had a long history of struggling with obesity. Born in Cincinnati, Ohio, Mercedes lived her early childhood sharing a home with her sisters and parents, but unfortunately, her young life would be upset by the bad behavior of her abusive father. Initially, as Mercedes would recount on the show, her father became abusive towards her mother, who one day decided she could bear it no longer and abandoned her family. Sadly, Mercedes never learned what had happened to her mother, and for the remainder of her childhood was placed in the negligent care of her dad, who at a later stage in Mercedes' life became sexually abusive towards her and her sisters. Speaking about her childhood trauma, which lasted well into her teenage years, Mercedes stated that it left her feeling robbed of her innocence and always feeling dirty, with no one to take care of her needs and the trauma mounting. Mercedes turned to food as her only comfort in life. Things got so bad and out of hand that Mercedes weighed 300 pounds by the time she turned 15. Sadly, her obesity affected her education, and Mercedes started missing school, eventually dropping out of high school at the age of 16. However, when she turned 19, Mercedes earned her nursing assistant certification and accepted a live-in job at a local nursing home. But eventually, due to her constant weight gain, she stopped working and became confined to her bed. She later had 2 children, both of whom had to be delivered through C-section surgery, but her surgical wounds became infected, and by the time she sought Dr. Now's help, she was diagnosed with lymphedema. When Mercedes appeared on My 600-Pound Life in 2019, the then 37-year-old Cincinnati native weighed more than 700 pounds and was completely dependent on other people in her life, which included her children, a nursing assistant, and her sister, for basic functions and actually survival. Considering the state of her life, Mercedes admitted during an interview on the show that she couldn't believe what her life had come to, and when she realized that her condition was negatively impacting the lives of her children, she decided to seek Dr. Now's assistance. Of course, Dr. Now accepted her onto the show, prescribing a personalized diet and exercise routine for Mercedes, but sadly she was unable to keep to Dr. Now's strict orders. As the show would depict her journey, Mercedes constantly complained about the conditions of her diet and would provide too many excuses for not keeping to her laid-out plan. Viewers were shown how she lied, and this naturally caused confrontations with Dr. Now, who informed her that if her condition worsened, it would place her vital organs at serious risk. Regardless, Mercedes didn't listen, and by the time she had to be evaluated for bariatric surgery, had only lost 80 pounds. While this was a positive improvement, it wasn't good enough for Dr. Now, who unfortunately showed her the door. Surgery was too risky, even for him. Following her appearance on My 600-Pound Life, Mercedes moved back to Ohio, and according to most reports, she seems to still live in Cincinnati. Although Mercedes is not too active on social media, she's posted several updates for her followers and fans, though most are more concerned with her adorable children. However, despite Mercedes' failed progress on My 600-Pound Life, she seemed to have been making positive changes in her life. According to the posts on her social media, she looks like she's been losing weight, mostly credited to the vital support she receives from her family. One of the updates suggests that Mercedes started a GoFundMe charity, with the hopes of raising $10,000 to undergo bariatric surgery on her own. But unfortunately, it seems the fund secured less than $200 and has since been taken down. While there is nothing significant to report on Mercedes' life as it is now, it does seem that appearing on My 600-Pound Life had a positive effect on her, possibly motivating her to continue progressing towards a better, healthier lifestyle. Dr. Now's medical etiquette and the fact that he operates on at-risk patients is certainly questionable, and because of this, the good doctor has often faced malpractice lawsuits. However, because Mercedes didn't qualify for bariatric surgery, Dr. Now sent her packing. But most reports concerning Cephas's current well-being indicate positive weight loss. Obesity is a major problem in the U.S., and while Dr. Now is trying to fight the ongoing epidemic, not everything is as rosy as it seems on My 600-Pound Life. But if the darker side to medicine doesn't bother you, you could feel free to catch the latest episodes of My 600-Pound Life.
Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.